Bitcoin and Ethereum. What the? Let's take a look at the charts, shall we? It seems that Bitcoin decided, you know what? I'm going to screw all yo people, right? And head back down after Elon Musk, right? People just realized that he only just placed his, in his profile, the Bitcoin, hashtag Bitcoin tag. Doesn't mean he's got Bitcoin, doesn't mean he's buying Bitcoin. But I think the market has realized that all he's done is placed is the hashtag Bitcoin in his profile. But no matter what, the damage is done. Right, probably headed a lot higher. If we go out to the lower higher time frames here, you can see we're still broken out here on the higher time frames. Yes, it made sense to come back and test this breakout level. We're tested this breakout level and bounced off of it. That means it's a legitimate breakout. Let's just say, hopefully, we have to stay obviously above that for us to actually to continue higher. So this is most likely we're most likely going continuing higher because we've definitely broken out. Now, with that said, is it possible that this can turn into another pattern? Because hey, you know what? It is possible, right? Anything's possible with the price action. So we have to accept that. So let me just take this line here and draw it so that maybe we include this as a pattern, right? And let's see here. Let's add over here. No, maybe here, right? Maybe that's the trend line, the new trend line. I don't think so. I don't see that happening. Of course, more time will tell. I think we're clearly broken out of this trend line here. There is no ifs, ands, or buts. We're clearly broken out here, and that's where we're headed. We're headed higher. So, with that said, right, I'm just going to move this a little bit higher. There we go. With that said, we need to decide how to trade this. Right? And yeah, the market can be brutal, right? Right, we're starting off, we're looking for some W's here to see if we can catch this, right? This breakout confirmed, right, above this support line was not held with a long-term, with a 4-hour candle, so we had to wait until it broke and said, hell yeah, for sure, we should go higher. But it came back at us and created an M, and down she went. It created more M's, and down she went. Now, if you're a trader, right, what you got to do is you just got to accept whatever the market tells you, right? We're breaking out. We're hunting for W's. Oh, and yeah, it turned around, gave us M's. So you know what? We have to start hunting M's now. It's going down. So you hunted M's, right? You can see you clearly could have made a trade that would have taken you down all the way here. So it was it's a trader's life, right? You have to like accept the market as it is because it could do all kinds of crazy things at any point in time. And so you have to be able to be flexible to switch. It's not a contradiction to go bullish and then go bearish afterwards. It's all about trading whatever the price tells you. That's it. Don't try to be fancy. Don't try to be try to guess with a gut, because that's always going to make you lose. Anyways, if you like that and you want to learn how to trade, you want to trade this market, please check out the Bybit description below. My name is Da Vinci Jeremy, and I'm joined here with Inti Campo.
Hello, people. How are you today? I can tell you I'm very, very laggy.
Yes. Whoa, that's some serious lag.
Once I'm done, connect cable.
Serious lags. Okay. Well, anyways.
Let me get the cable right now.
Yeah. So maybe you should connect to the cable there. Anyways, we see that market. We're gonna see the market basically turn around here, and we need to figure out what we're gonna do, and so that's what we're gonna do. So, but before we do that, right, Remember, right? This is just for entertainment purposes. It's not financial advice. Please always do your own research before entering your money into the market. All right, thanks. All right, so let's head over. Now that we talked about Bitcoin, and is this time for us to go long here? You could just you could probably go along here, but I would suggest you wait for the W action to play out before you actually take this higher. Alrighty, let's head over to Ethereum and see what Ethereum is saying. Yeah, I mean, Ethereum, right, it just did the exact same thing that Bitcoin. We just went up and then dumped. Let's take a look at the fibs. Betcha went either to the 78.6 or the 88.6 right before it came back, and now there it is, 78.6. The Hail Mary pass, man. Should have taken that Hail Mary short, and there we go. That's it. Out, lights out, right? And now she's headed back down. If we take the fibs, we're probably gonna see this thing maybe head back down to the 61.8. Let's see here. And retest the 61. Retest. Oh, look at that. Test the 61.8 amp here, and there we go. Let's go up here, and that's it. So most likely we're probably going to come back to the 61.8 before we see a bounce like at the $1,300 level. Maybe even do head down to the 78.6, which is the $1,258 level. Before we see a bounce, and then of course we'll probably just turn this into a nice big fat juicy W over the weekend. Off she goes, right? Generally in the weekend I wouldn't have longs on if I were you, right? That's when the retail takes over, and they just lately the weekends have been like absolute destruction of the shorts. So I would avoid that coming into the weekend, and look for, especially later on in the weekend, look for the market to turn around and look for some longs. So go down to the shorter time frame, and I'm sure you'll find some W's to go. I know they screwed us on some W's here, right? They were like really nasty here. Like they were like, oh yeah, I'm drawing out a W and I'm going. Let's go long, and no. And yeah, it's just the way it is. Right? Sometimes these W's don't work out. They paint the tape and then they take you down, right? And you have to accept it. You have to just accept it and move on, and then go, okay, no problem, gotcha. You're going back down. All right, I'm looking for M's now, and that's it. And then now you could have turned around, look for an M, and then got your double, right? And made back the money and more. Right? That's it. That's how a professional trader works, right? He doesn't concern himself with the odd loss here and there. You just trade the market constantly, and you don't worry about it. And this is the simplest way to do it, right? Is with the M's and W's, right? Because they're easy to see, at least for most people, right? And you can see that this one was not quite an M actually. But once we, this was more like a W right here, and then the fake out W, and then once we came down and broke your short, right? Your long, sorry, broke your long. You see the M right here, and you go, okay, no problem. You busted me out, no problem. I see an M, right? Comes back. I wait for an M. Okay. Oh, look at that. It's coming back down, and the breakout's right here, and I take the short, and that's it. And then if you missed that short, right? Because you were watching something on YouTube, right? You just look for the next M, right? There's one right here, maybe. Well, it was not the greatest because it wicked up higher, but you can see that the body stayed below, so that was pretty much a decent enough M to take. And then there you go, right at the bottom here, right here at 13,953, boom. You take the short, and away you went, right? Within like 20 minutes, you were in profits, and yeah, you could have got spooked. Maybe got stopped out on a break even here, Let's just see. Let's just take a look. And let's just take a look. See if you got stopped out. Oops, that's not short. That's a long. So what we're looking for is a 1-to-1 from here. So 1 from this top right up here. Or no, let's do it from this one right here. It would be right from here. Right, and then where's 1-to-1? 1-to-1 would be right here. Oh, look at that! You would have been in profit before you actually got taken out. So there you go. You reduce it to 2% so that it gets it. You reduce your risk so that you're actually getting to 2-to-1, and there it is. You didn't get stopped out. We went straight down right to your target, which was right there, and before it actually got you out. So that was that. And then you could have waited for the next move, but obviously nothing materialized. So now, if we are going to short this market, we got to look for an M, but it's getting probably long on the tooth. You can see that there's a divergence in the 5 minutes, so we are going to walk away from any kind of looking for any kind of shorts, basically, with the divergence, right? So that really should help you determine whether or not, hey, you know what, is there a divergence here, and we should we cool our jets with the shorts? And I'm wondering, did we see a divergence up here, and should we have cooled our jets with the longs? Was a little bit of a divergence between here and there. So yeah, maybe we could have said, hey, you know what? The 5 minute just told us there's a divergence. Did the divergence get confirmed? No, it did not. So it would have been difficult to say, okay, not to go into a long here because the divergence was not confirmed. But you could have just said, okay, well, you know what? I'm still going to cool my jets, even though there's an unconfirmed divergence, and not take a long position. That's one way of augmenting your ability to decide whether or not to make a trade, right? You'd use other assets, but first, right, start off with just the M's and W's, right? Make it simple on yourself, and then add some features to say, hey, this is what I'm going to do when the market, I want to look for a W, and the market says, hey, you know what, there's a divergence, or you're looking at any of the indicators, right? Looking for maybe divergence in the unbalanced volume, or in the what's it called, in the point of control, for example, of a specific in the values, right? You could also use that to help you decide whether or not to make the trade. Point of the control, the good thing about the point of control is whenever we come back into it, you can say there's an 80% chance that we're going to try and test below value. So, for example, if we're above value, right, where we see we're above value here, and we come back and test in value, there's an 80% chance to go and test below value. And that's what we're doing. Right? And you can use all those tools, right, again, to help you determine whether or not you want to go and take a trade in the short term. Right? And there's a lot of short-term trades to be made on a daily basis for Bitcoin. All right, and Ethereum as well. All right, I hope you guys learned something. I hope I educated you guys on Bitcoin trading and Ethereum trading. Let's see if Bitcoin has decided to do anything. M's little bit, but I'm wondering. Let's take a look at the. Let's see. Yeah, we got a little bit of a divergence here happening. I don't know. Let's see here. I don't know if that's the case here. Not really. Looks like it wants to go even lower before it creates a divergence. If we go to the 15 minutes, let's see here. Yeah, looks like we're headed even lower. Probably to retest evenly the trend line here before we actually decide to go back up. Let's see here. Let's take a look at the fibs and see if we can see something else on the chart. Okay, now, yeah, there it is. The 61.8 is right at the trend line, the trend line, and the 200 period moving average for the 15 minutes. So most likely target right here is what we're doing, which is the 32,800 and some odd level is where we're headed for. Looking at everything being equal, we are oversold here on the hourly, or the 15 minutes, so it may not get there in a very short amount of time. Oh, look at that, the 200 period moving average on the hourly is going to match up with the trend line as well. So lots of indications of where we're headed next. Alrighty. With that said, I think we've covered the TA and for today. I hope you enjoyed today's rapid fire show. Inti, how you doing over there?
Yeah, I recovered the net. Now I'm normal again.
All right, awesome. So we're going to be getting into the questions of today. Everybody hates fake outs, but hey, you know what? That's just the way it is, right? At least it's not a failed move equals a fast move in the opposite direction just yet. But at least I think we're definitely broken out, and we're definitely going to be headed higher. There's still a possibility we go lower, but I'm more convinced that we're headed higher on Bitcoin. How about you?
I'm convinced too. In the long run, going up is completely realistic, and in the levels we were just yesterday, I mean, it was kind of obvious.
Yeah. All right. Well, thanks for watching. Right. Remember, Bitcoin's real. Bitcoin's here to stay. You need to be a part of it. Cheers, people.
Bye.